For decades, Disney and Dreamworks have been tossing out villains like they're trying to one-up each other. So, we're putting some of them in the ring. Let's go! First up, we have Disney's Syndrome versus Dreamworks' Megamind. Both of them are tech-savvy outcasts with enough brainpower to fix the internet, but they'd rather reload drama. For instance, Syndrome heard one no from his hero and decided this was the only way to get closure.
Am I good enough now?
Meanwhile, Megamind doesn't want approval, just attention.
You're a villain, all right. Just not a super one.
Yeah? What's the difference?
Presentation!
When it comes to inventions, though, both of these guys have more tech than Elon Musk in a midlife crisis. Syndrome built the Omnidroid, a killing machine that could blow up a whole city. Megamind's inventions, on the other hand, tend to be more for his own amusement than some evil master plan. With this machine, he's actually able to extract Metro Man's swish powers, but for some reason, he just gives them to a random person and not himself. Surely this would come back to bite him in the butt. Spoiler alert, it does, for both villains.
You should stop comparing me to Metro Man!
But only one of them had real character development.
Olo. Thing about bad guys, they always lose.
Megamind takes the same chaos he created and uses it to save the world, unlike Syndrome, who goes in a more diabolical direction. Syndrome goes out trying to steal Mr. Incredible's baby. In the end, Syndrome dies clinging to his grudge, while Megamind lives because he lets go of his. So, who's a better villain, you ask? Megamind, 100%.
Lose! I don't lose!
Next in the ring, we have Disney's Cruella DeVille versus Dreamworks' Mrs. Tweety. Now, these two are animal lovers, but only because animals make great profit margins. Cruella, for instance, shows up like a thunderstorm the moment she hears about Dalmatians.
Can you imagine, Raj? 15 puppies.
15? 15 puppies? How marvelous, how marvelous!
Meanwhile, on a grim little corner of England, Mrs. Tweety looks at her chicken farm and decides eggs aren't enough. If she can't sell breakfast, she'll sell dinner.
Yeah, chickens.
Which ones?
All of them.
But their real madness shows once the animals fight back. Cruella spots the Dalmatians escaping and instantly hits max overdrive. And Mrs. Tweety's no better. I don't know who's worse, honestly. But just when you think they've both hit rock bottom, they somehow dig deeper.
You idiots! You fools! Oh, you imbecile!
Shut up. Emotional damage.
Personally, I think she looks way better than Mrs. Tweety over here. First, she explodes out of her own pie machine. Then, her husband drops a barn door on her. After years of belittling him, the man finally gets to serve up a comeback with gravy on top. Up next, we have Disney's Gaston versus Dreamworks' Prince Charming. These two get the concept of self-love, but they took it so far that they're giving their reflections Valentine's cards. Gaston, for starters, is the human equivalent of a protein shake. This man screams, "I curl beer mugs for reps." Every song about him sounds like a Jim Bros audiobook. But just when you think he's peak narcissist, here comes Prince Charming.
Is that glitter on your lips?
Cherry flavored. Want a taste?
What is with you?
He seems more like a boy band with boundary issues than a knight in shining armor. Somehow, both men think they're irresistible, but when it comes to brains, they're both competing for last place.
It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas and thinking.
I don't know what's worse, Gaston talking about books like they're weapons of mass enlightenment, or the fact that Prince Charming really thought impersonating Shrek meant interpretive salsa dancing. Props to Gaston though, at least he can hunt. How about you, Charming? What do you bring to the table?
Have Fiona drink this and she'll fall in love with the first man she kisses, which will be charming.
Definitely not charm if your idea of romance is to drug someone. Buddy, if you're relying on your fairy godmother for game, maybe it's time to work on your skills a bit. And speaking of skills, or lack thereof, Gaston isn't any better in the love department.
Say you'll marry me.
I'm very sorry, Gaston, but I just don't deserve you.
At this point, both egos are inflated beyond repair, so it's time for gravity to do its thing. What a sad exit. They both went down, proving arrogance has a 100% failure rate. But I can't end this round without handing out the crown, so who's the winner in this toxic masculinity pageant? I'd say Gaston for this one. Sure, he's a walking red flag, but at least he fights his own battles. Oh man, the bar of standard is below the ground right now. Let's move on. Next up, we've got Disney's Dr. Facilier versus Dreamworks' Rumplestiltskin. These two may not have biceps, but they're muscular when it comes to turning the words "trust me" into your worst mistake. Dr. Facilier, for example, is a flashy showman with shady business partners, literally. Meanwhile, Rumpelstiltskin doesn't need anyone to make deals, just a quill and some emotional manipulation.
Just sign it, and all your problems will disappear.
He preys on your weaknesses, makes you sign your name, and then laughs as your life collapses faster than quicksand, and Shrek becomes his latest victim.
I'm still my own ogre.
Yeah, you is.
I never needed to ask for anyone's permission before.
So why start now, huh?
Meanwhile, Dr. Facilier lures in his newest victim, Prince Naveen, with big promises.
Tarot readings, charms, potions, dreams made real.
Yeah, dreams made real, and payable in monthly installments of despair. He's more of a fortune taker than a fortune teller. But you know what they say about dancing with the devil? You get burned. And Naveen is just about to learn that lesson. Like a true con man, he twists his words to secure the deal. He tells Naveen he sees green in his future. Get it? Green. In a similar fashion, Rumpelstiltskin steals 24 hours from Shrek's life, and it leads to consequences the ogre could never dream of.
You were never born. You never met Fiona. Your kids don't exist.
How's that for a metaphysical paradox? You need to leave!
My man just deleted an entire bloodline with a pen stroke. Facilier turns you into a frog, but Rumple unbirths you. Both terrible options in my opinion. But in the end, both villains' contracts come back to haunt them.
No, no, please, no. Just a little more time. I promise I'll pay your back. I promise.
If you ask me who wins this deal with the Devil Duel, it's definitely Rumpelstiltskin. Because while Facilier scams individuals, Rumple rewrites timelines. Come on, with one contract, he erased Fiona's parents, deleted Shrek's family, and crowned himself king. Now that's impressive. Or should I say evil? Impressively evil. And finally, we have the ultimate showdown between Disney's Maleficent versus Dreamworks' Death. When it comes to pure spine-tingling fear, these two are at the top of the game. But that effect wouldn't be possible if they didn't know how to make an entrance. Maleficent starts us off with thunder, shadows, and enough dramatic flair to make Broadway jealous.
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
Death, on the other hand, doesn't need all these theatrics. No thunder, no speeches, just that eerie, slow whistle. Ugh. When it comes to planning, though, both villains have different approaches. Maleficent bides her time for 16 years just to have her revenge.
Touch the spindle. Touch it, I say.
Wow, most of us can't even stick to a diet, but she's out here holding a grudge for so long like it's a skincare routine. But unlike her, death doesn't wait. Just one swing and the fearless puss is suddenly shaking in his boots. That single drop of blood says more than 1,000 lines of dialogue. For the first time, the legend bleeds, and he feels fear like never before. Maleficent's no slouch when it comes to being powerful either. Again, Death doesn't need to breathe fire to get our attention. His presence alone does the heavy lifting.
You are no bounty hunter. You are Death.
Chills. Literal chills. But the final punch in this round comes from the fact that Maleficent is eventually brought down.
Thou sword of truth, fly swift and sure, that evil die and good endure.
Let's be honest, without that magic sword, Philip would have been medieval toast. Still, Maleficent does die, and that makes her different from Death, because Death can't be defeated. He can only spare you.
I came here for an arrogant little legend who thought he was immortal. But I don't see him anymore.
He lets Puss go, not because he failed to get him, but because his job is done. The cat finally learned to value life. So while Maleficent's story ends in flames, Death's story never ends at all. This makes him the winner over Maleficent, and maybe even the entire villain industry.